Mm-hmm.
All vampire bats live in Central and South America. There are no vampire bats that live in the United States. Now, vampire bats do drink blood, but they drink the blood of goats, cows, pigs, and chickens, not people. When it gets to the chicken, it uses its front two teeth, which are very sharp, makes a little tiny cut, just a little tiny cut, like a paper cut. And the chicken's toe, usually, uses its tongue, and it licks up a small amount of blood. They don't suck blood. The chicken probably doesn't even wake up. The chicken doesn't die, it's not drained of blood, and it certainly does not turn into a vampire the next day. We always think of vampire bats as being big, but they're not. We also think of them as being kind of ugly, and I guess it depends on your point of view. I personally think that you're one of the cutest bats I've ever seen. Now this is the bat that the book Kwstellaluna was based on. This is Penelope. And Penelope is an Egyptian fruit bat. Penelope was sick as a baby, so Penelope had to be hand-raised by us. We raise a lot of baby bats here at the Bat Zone. For one reason or another, many bats become orphaned. Raising baby bats is actually pretty difficult to do. There's not very many places in the world that do raise baby bats. And what happens is a baby bat needs to be fed every 3 hours, and that's around the clock. Let's go have some dinner. We have a little baby bottle, and we put a special milk formula in that baby bottle, and we warm it up. And I have a 4-year-old, Georgia, who is my tester. So I'll put a little bit of milk on Georgia's wrist and say, too hot, Georgia, or too cold?
Too hot.
Too hot still? Okay. She'll usually say, too hot, Mommy, until finally she says, just right, Mommy, and then I know it's okay to feed the baby bat.
Just right.
Just right? Okay. Let's feed her. And I'll feed the baby bat probably about 1 or 2 cc's of milk, which is not too much, but remember, baby bats are pretty small.
I was just hungry.
And then I wrap them back in their baby blankets and put them into their little cage with the heating pad, and there they will sleep until 3 hours later when I hear them crying because they need to be fed again.
She's going to live with us? She's so weird. She's got no feathers. Mom, she doesn't even have a beak.
Yep, that's right. Bats don't have beaks and they don't have feathers. That's because bats aren't birds, they're mammals.
You're birds, and she's not.
I'm not?
Now, like birds, bats can fly, and they're the only mammal in the world that can fly. So let's take a look at a bat's wing. Now, a bat's wing is pretty much the same as our hand. You can see on the bottom, here's the bat's thumb, and then here's all 4 fingers. So you can see that the bat's wing is essentially the same as our hand, except it has a membrane that's stretched in between it, enabling the bat to fly. The wing is just very, very fragile, especially the bones, but if you'd like to know what the wing feels like, gently touch your eyelid. That skin on your eyelid is almost exactly like the skin on a bat's wing.
But if you're not a bird, then what are you, Kwstellaluna?
Kwstellaluna is a fruit bat.
I'm a fruit bat?
Now, fruit bats are found in the tropical rainforests of Africa, Australia, and Southeast Asia. But fruit bats are also called megabats, and that's because fruit bats are pretty big, and you can notice that this fruit bat has big eyes, it has smaller ears, and it has a big nose. Another common name for a megabat or a fruit bat is also a flying fox.
I am a flying fox?
The fruit bats are extremely important because they eat fruit, and as they're eating the fruit, they're also eating the seeds. So as they're flying through the tropical rainforest, they're either spitting those seeds out or they're pooping the seeds out, and they're helping the rainforests to grow. Now, those trees are important for us. We get oxygen from the tropical rainforest. We get medicine from the tropical rainforest and fruit. But they're also really important for all the other animals that live in the tropical rainforests, like monkeys and birds. So even though bats look different than us, they're very much like us.
It's not how you look that really matters. It's who you are.
Yeah, really?
Really?
As a matter of fact, bats are good guys. They're our friends.
I wonder how it is that we're all so different and yet so alike. It's a mystery. But we're all friends, and that's a fact.
Me and my friend Kwstellaluna hope that you'll take the time now to learn more about bats. You'll go visit places that bats are, you'll go to the library and check out books about bats, and definitely you'll come visit us here at the Bat Zone.
When the sun goes down and the day comes to an end, not everyone goes to bed like you. For nighttime is the time when many animals get up and play, especially bats. Bats. To some, they're a mystery.
Creatures of the night, so mysterious.
To others, they're really scary.
I'm not scared.
But to Kim Williams, from the Organization for Bat Conservation, bats are wonderful, amazing animals that are more like you and me than most people think. Kim likes bats so much, she spends a lot of time with them at OBC's Bat Zone, teaching kids all about the not-so-scary world of bats. Let's join her there and learn why bats are our friends.
My name is Kim Williams, and I am the Executive Director of the Organization for Bat Conservation. Now, babies back at the roost to find the flowers.
Do mom bats, do they carry their babies with them?
Do mom bats carry their babies with them? That's a great question. Depends on the kind of bat. Megabats in general, all the moms carry their babies with them at night when they're out searching for fruit. But microbats, most of those moms leave their babies back at the roost, and they'll leave a babysitter with them. And then the mom microbats will go out and they'll catch the insects without them. And they'll come back a couple times a night to nurse and check on their babies.
Do bats fly south in the winter?
Some bats fly south in the winter, yeah. Some bats fly north in the winter, and some bats just hang out where they're at. Depends on the bat. There is a kind of bat that's not found in the United States. It's actually found down in that are found in the tropical rainforest around the world. That if you like things like avocados or peaches or mangoes or even chocolate, you can thank a bat because they end up pollinating the plants that give us those types of foods.
What kind of flowers do bats like?
There is a kind of bat that's not found in the United States. It's actually found down in South America. What's the name of the bat that everyone's kind of afraid of?
Vampire bat?
Yes, the vampire bats. vampire bats live in Central and South America. There are no vampire bats that live in the United States. Now, vampire bats do drink blood, but they drink the blood of goats, cows, pigs, and chickens, not people. When it gets to the chicken, it uses its front two teeth, which are very sharp, makes a little tiny cut, just a little tiny cut, like a paper cut. And the chicken's toe, usually, uses its tongue, and it licks up a small amount of blood. They don't suck blood. The chicken probably doesn't even wake up. Chicken doesn't die, it's not drained of blood, and it certainly does not turn into a vampire the next day. We always think of vampires